Hello out there. Welcome to another episode of Hobbyking's Product Profile. I'm Robert, your host, and today's episode is a very special one. This is a model we've been very excited about for a long time. Been waiting to bring this out and get this out to you guys, and hopefully you'll be as excited about it as we are. So, what is it? Well, it is a Night Tundra. Okay? We've been wanting to bring out a Night Tundra for the longest time. I mean, really since the introduction of the original Tundra. We've wanted a night version of this plane. And it's finally here. It took a while, but it's finally here and we get to play with it. So today's episode, I'm just going to go over the build and the assembly of it, and then eventually I'll get to fly it. I'll put a video up of that. But for now, this is just an assembly and build. And so without further ado, let's get into it. When you get your Night Tundra, or a regular Tundra, be aware of the fact that there are accessories and such located on the underside of this box, as it says right here. Okay, so flip your box over, make sure you get those parts. Okay, and that is comprised of the prop, landing gear stuff, struts, all kinds of little things like that. Okay, as we've been recently doing, this comes with a quick start setup guide to help you with just the initial setup of the plane. If you're an experienced pilot, this is really all you're going to need to set the plane up. Okay, control throws, specifications, and the CG, of course. So that's all right there. Like all our Tundras, it comes with floats, so great for night flying. On the water, anyway. All right, this main spar. Okay, now that we have everything out of the box and the wrapping, now is the time to inspect everything, make sure everything's okay. If there is any damage or any concerns about anything, now's the time to address it. Okay, we are certainly happy to help with anything that you have a concern of, but just, you know, check inside, make sure everything looks okay. You know, put everything up. Everything looks okay with this one, which is great. Okay, so you can see the LEDs embedded in the wing here. Okay, top and bottom. So here's on the bottom. Really cool. I cannot wait to get this thing together and fly it. Of course, it's a Tundra, so it's going to fly very well. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be easy to fly, but it's also going to have you know, really cool aerobatic capability. So that's the best thing about Tundras, is that they are so much fun. They can fly slow, they can fly fast, they can do aerobatics, they can just cruise. You know, just such an all-around great airplane. That's why we sell so many of them. So, obviously, the full manual for the build is available online. So go to the Night Tundra page and go to Manuals and Files on the little tab on the bottom there. And you'll find the full manual available for download in a PDF format. And again, you know, if you're an experienced builder, this plane will not give you any trouble. And you know, even if you're not an experienced builder, this plane will not give you a hard time. Okay, it's going to be a very simple build, and you're going to enjoy it. Now, all the bags of screws are all labeled with the sizes, and the full manual does describe exactly which sizes you need to use for what components. So that is all very straightforward. So, having built more than a few Tundras in my time, I will say that I probably don't need to use the manual, but I'm going to consult it just to make sure that I'm not doing anything silly and I'm using all the right size screws for everything. Okay? When you get to the point of installing the landing gear, which is basically one of the first steps in the manual, you have to realize that these pieces, these little metal things here, those are for the spring retainers, okay, and those face towards the inside, and the empty hole faces towards the rear of the aircraft, and that's where this bar goes in. And then you can just put the whole thing in there, okay, and again, these align towards the inside, and then you take this piece here, and that goes in right there. And again, this is all described very clearly and concisely in the manual. Okay, and then you bolt these down. These are labeled, these retainers are labeled left and right. So this is left and the other one would obviously be right. Pretty self-explanatory. They are obvious when they're not installed correctly, so there's no mystery to it. You'll realize it quickly that you've got them backwards. And use 3 2.5 by 8 bolts to secure those. Okay, then you use these S-shaped bars here, I guess you'd call them. And these go into here, like that. Spring goes on, and the spring connects in the center here. Okay, there we go. Spring activated. Spring loaded. Okay. And I guess we can put our wheels on. Sometimes you have to thread the wheels on a little bit. The holes are a little small, but you often don't. And then you just take these little wheel collars, I guess you'd call them, and get those on there. And you simply just thread on, screw on. I like to leave a little bit of clearance, but not too much, just so the wheels have a little bit of movement. But obviously they roll nice and cleanly. There we go. Next step is the tail wheel. So that is very, very simple. You can see in the rear of the fuselage and the rudder there's a hole. The wheel goes in there like that, and then you just secure that down with two 2.3 by 6 screws. Same method for the water rudder. If you're installing the water rudder, it goes in the same hole, it's secured by the same 2.3 screws. Next is the tail section. So we'll insert the spar, and we'll do one side. Get that locked in there. You can see that the hole lines up with the tab there, so that indicates that it's in the correct place. Okay, just be careful when you're assembling this to make sure that just be careful when you're assembling your tail to make sure that all the pieces are lined up and the slots joined together properly. You can see where everything fits together. It's pretty obvious. And just slide it on in there. Okay, the tail section's all secure. Now we're going to go on to the wings. The wings simply slide on. You get your spar. Do not forget the spar. Very, very important. Okay, and the wing simply slides on. There's a multi-connector for all the servos. So that's very, very simple, and you just use the 2.5 by 8 bolts to secure the wing. Okay, next come the wing struts. And those are, again, very simple, and they're indicated as to which side they are. Wing struts are also indicated, secured with the 2.5 by 8 bolts. While you've got the plane upside down like this, you can set your push rods for the ailerons. Okay. And again, just if you have any questions about that, just follow along the manuals. It's very concisely described in there. Just pop those on. It helps if you have a pair of ball link pliers. I have a pair of these home, but I don't have a pair here, so I'm just using a pair of regular pliers, like needle nose. And you just pop those onto the ball links there. Okay. And then you use these little locking tabs. Pretty straightforward. And you're going to do the same for the flaps. Okay. Now, of course, prior to actually flying this aircraft, I will balance my prop, but for now I'm just going to put it on there and just secure it. But I will balance this prior to flight. It's very important that you balance the props and spinners of any aircraft that you're using. Just makes it smoother, makes it sound better, makes it fly better. Everything about it is better. So just balance your props. And again, any rotating mechanism. Spinners, all that stuff. Okay. Now you have the option to glue on your vortex generators or not. I will probably do that. I'm just not going to do that right now for this video. But that is it for the assembly of the Night Tundra. Okay, she's ready to fly. But wait, there's more. We need to see this thing lit up, so let's do that. Okay, there she is, all lit up. All right. Looks great. Okay, so as you can see, the fuselage is lit up back here. It's lit up in the front. It's lit up on the bottom of the wings and on the top of the wings. And let me turn off some lights. Make it a little easier to see in here. Okay, that's a little bit better. We can see her in all her glowing glory. So, we've got red and green on the wings. We've got some blue in the back here. White in the front. White on the bottom of the wings. And we've got some flashing strobes in the wings there, which is very cool. I dig that. Okay. So, I cannot wait to get this to the field and do a night fly video for you. So that'll be coming up soon. That's it for the Night Tundra build assembly, and it went together very, very quickly and easily. It's very, very simple, not a lot of parts, so it's very, very straightforward and pretty quick. So get you to the field faster, all right? And so enjoy it. And if you have any questions, concerns, compliments, or complaints about this, you can hit me up here in the comments. I try to answer all of these personally. But we also have live chat and our support ticket system available for support if you need it. And we're available on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now TikTok as well, so you can hit us up there. But for official support, we always request that you go to our official support resources, which is again live chat and our support ticket system via email. Okay, but hopefully everything goes well and you have a whole lot of fun with this and get in the air. We'd love to see some of your videos of these planes flying. And so until next time, this is Rob checking out, and I'll see you at the field.